But we're going to be reading Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 4. So I did quite a bit of work on AI vibe coding, I guess. I'm finally getting to understand what vibe coding means. It just means using AI assisted coding technologies. I thought it was like an attitude about coding, because the word's often used in a way that confuses me. But anyway, so I guess I was vibe coding. Did a bunch of stuff. Like I actually created 2 whole apps in one day. I mean, I was actually on there for quite a long time. It took me away from the shop project that I should have worked on. But made a couple new apps. One of them being my reading plan app. So now for my live streams, I can this would be a great angle down here too. So now I can like cut and paste the readings a little bit easier, and I can even make an API out of it eventually if I want to make it so I can just talk between my different apps, I suppose. Anyway, pretty cool reading plan tracking app, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but. And then what's the other thing? Oh, the other thing is a thing that kind of helps me make my descriptions and titles and keywords and stuff for all my videos on YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey and whatnot. So that's cool. And in the process of doing that, I was kind of reviewing the reading plan. I like the reading plan, but it's mainly because it has the 5 days per week thing. It's not necessarily anything amazing about the reading plan, although I've noticed some of the readings line up in interesting ways. I'm gonna have to do another angle over here anyway. So but yeah, the thing is, like last year when I did it, I saw some errors on the reading plan, some typos. It's actually kind of sloppy, honestly. I thought I might sit on this, but now I'm not so sure looking at this rock. It's not ideal, but I could probably do it. It's just there's a bunch of probably some kind of fungus or something on it. I don't know if it's the kind that's not good, or anyway, I don't know if I want to sit on that stuff. Yeah, so there was a bunch of typos, and I think there were actually a few missing passages, that like parts of the Bible that weren't on the reading plan that I noticed last year. And I know for sure there are some this year. I've noticed even more. So I think I fixed a lot of stuff on it last year. I took the reading plan off a website. A guy that my sister, I don't think she knows him necessarily, but she found the reading plan somehow and just mentioned it to my parents and me to see if we wanted to do it last year. And both my dad and I kind of started on it. No, I think neither of us finished. I'm not sure about my dad, but anyway, the PDF from the website is not a very good PDF. It's really hard to read, and it's 2 pages for no reason. The font kind of sucks. Anyway, I reformatted it, and as I was reformatting it, I noticed a ton of errors last year, and then I think I found some missing scriptures. I don't remember totally. I need to come over here and make sure I'm going to be in the frame, because I want to sit down on the rock beneath that one, because that one on the edge is not ideal. So if I sit there, I won't really be in frame, so I have to move this down a bit. I kind of wanted to get the clouds in there too, because the clouds are pretty cool, but oh well. Get the trees in there, that'll be pretty nice. Still get some clouds. And then as I was working on the app with AI yesterday, I noticed even more errors. Like, the thing is riddled with errors. So whoever put it together really did not spend much time on it. Or they might have spent a lot of time on it, I have no idea, but they weren't very careful. They weren't very thorough. So it's kind of lame because you think, oh, it's a yearly reading plan, so I'm going to read the whole Bible, right? Well, there's a bunch of missing stuff. And this passage on the screen is one of those. This passage is not on the reading plan, so I skipped it. So I noticed that yesterday, and so I added it to actually fixed the reading plan. I added this, and also, what was the other one? Ezra 7, I think chapters 7 through 10 was not on there. I think I might have found something else too. Anyways, kind of sloppy and disappointing, because I guess the good news is I didn't even finish it last year, so it would have annoyed me if I finished the reading plan and then found out later that I hadn't read the whole Bible. And I tried to get AI to look through the reading plan by just giving it the PDF and saying, hey, what's missing? And I couldn't get it to work. But I might still try that at some point. Now that I have an actual database that I had AI make for me for the reading plan, I should be able to feed that SQL or something to an AI and have it analyze what chapters might be missing or something. Anyway. So this should have been I think 5 weeks ago. I don't know, it's maybe not. Maybe it wasn't that long ago, but it is missing from the plan, and I should have already read it. So I'm going to do that, and then I have some more stuff to read while I'm here. So this should be a quick one, though. Luke chapter 18. Then Jesus told them a parable about their need to pray at all times and not lose heart. In a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor respected men. And there was a widow in that town who kept appealing to him, "Give me justice against my adversary." For a while he refused, but later he said to himself, "Though I neither fear God nor respect men, yet because this widow keeps pestering me, I will give her justice. Then she will stop wearing me out with her perpetual requests." And the Lord said, "Listen to the words of the unjust judge. Will not God bring about justice for his elect who cry out to him day and night? Will he continue to defer their help? I tell you, he will promptly carry out justice on their behalf. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth?" To some who trusted in their own righteousness and viewed others with contempt, he also told this parable. 2 men went up to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee, and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, "God, I thank you that I am not like the other men, swindlers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and pay tithes of all that I acquire." But the tax collector stood at a distance, unwilling even to lift up his eyes to heaven. Instead, he beat his breast and said, "God, have mercy on me, a sinner." I tell you, this man, rather than the Pharisee, went home justified. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. All right, I'm going to do another reading over here. That was just the makeup, just those few verses there. Thankfully, I didn't miss too much, but that's one of my favorite passages too. I was talking about that on a live stream recently, and I I knew I hadn't read it yet. Might just be the sun coming out, but I think, like when I looked at the screen on this second chunk, this second stream or whatever, it looked better, but I think the sun came out momentarily, and that's why. I'm using my 3x zoom lens on the phone, which is, I think, the worst lens out of all of them as far as like clarity and quality. I usually use my either the main lens, which is the best by far, or the wide angle occasionally. But I thought that lake back there looked pretty cool. When I first got here, it was super reflective, and I could see the clouds in the lake, which you still sort of can, but not quite as clear as before. It's funny because I'm pretending like I'm live streaming. I'm talking, but I'm talking to nobody because I'm not live streaming. So this is very ironic and weird. But the weirdest thing, I don't know what to say about it, but what's even weirder is I do this all the time because nobody comes to my live streams half the time. So I'm always talking to myself anyway. So I'm kind of used to it. All right. I'll probably do more of this, though, just because there's going to be a lot of these circumstances or situations where I can't get a signal, but I can still record, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to do a Bible reading, especially today. That's a big part of the reason I went out for an adventure today is so I could do the readings for this week. Okay, so this reading we're going to do Leviticus 26 to 27 and Luke 14. Leviticus chapter 26. You must not make idols for yourselves, or set up a carved image or sacred pillar. You must not place a sculpted stone in your land to bow down to it. For I am the Lord your God. You must keep my Sabbaths and have reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you follow my statutes and carefully keep my commandments, I will give you rains in their season, and the land will yield its produce, and the trees of the field will bear their fruit. Your threshing will continue until the grape harvest. And the grape harvest will continue until sowing time. You will have your fill of food to eat, and will dwell securely in your land. And I will give peace to the land, and you will lie down with nothing to fear. I will rid the land of dangerous animals, and no sword will pass through your land. You will pursue your enemies, and they will fall by the sword before you. 5 of you will pursue 100, and 100 of you will pursue 10,000, and your enemies will fall by the sword before you. I will turn toward you and make you fruitful and multiply you, and I will establish my covenant with you. You will still be eating the old supply of grain when you need to clear it out to make room for the new, and I will make my dwelling place among you, and my soul will not despise you. I will walk among you and be your God, and you will be my people. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt so that you would no longer be slaves to the Egyptians. I broke the bars of your yoke and enabled you to walk in uprightness. If, however, you fail to obey me and to carry out all these commandments, and if you reject my statutes, despise my ordinances, and neglect to carry out all my commandments, and so break my covenant, then this is what I will do to you. I will bring upon you sudden terror, wasting disease, and fever that will destroy your sight and drain your life. You will sow your seed in vain, because your enemies will eat it, And I will set my face against you, so that you will be defeated by your enemies. Those that hate you will rule over you, and you will flee when no one pursues you. And if after all this you will not obey me, I will proceed to punish you sevenfold for your sins. I will break down your stubborn pride and make your sky like iron and your land like bronze. And your strength will be spent in vain. For your land will not yield its produce, and the trees of the land will not bear their fruit. If you walk in hostility toward me and refuse to obey me, I will multiply your plagues 7 times according to your sins. I will send wild animals against you to rob you of your children, destroy your livestock, and reduce your numbers, until your roads lie desolate. And if in spite of these things you do not accept my discipline, but continue to walk in hostility toward me, then I will act with hostility toward you, and I will strike you sevenfold for your sins. Might have some issues with changing slides because of the connection today. And I will bring a sword against you to execute the vengeance of the covenant. Though you withdraw into your cities, I will send a plague among you, and you will be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I cut off your supply of bread, 10 women will bake your bread in a single oven, and dole out your bread by weight, so that you will eat but not be satisfied. But if in spite of all this you do not obey me, but continue to walk in hostility toward me, then I will walk in fury against you, and I, even I, will punish you sevenfold for your sins. You will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and heap your lifeless bodies on the lifeless remains of your idols, and my soul will despise you. I will reduce your cities to rubble and lay waste your sanctuaries, and I will refuse to smell the pleasing aroma of your sacrifices. And I will lay waste the land, so that your enemies who dwell in it will be appalled. But I will scatter you among the nations, and will draw out a sword after you, as your land becomes desolate and your cities are laid waste. Then the land shall enjoy its Sabbaths all the days it lies desolate, while you are in the land of your enemies. At that time the land will rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, the land will have the rest it did not receive during the Sabbaths when you lived in it. As for those of you who survive, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, so that even the sound of a wind-blown leaf will put them to flight. And they will flee as one flees the sword, and fall when no one pursues them. They will stumble over one another as before the sword, though no one is behind them. So you will not be able to stand against your enemies. You will perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies will consume you. Those of you who survive in the lands of your enemies will waste away in their iniquity and will decay in the sins of their fathers. But if they will confess their iniquity and that of their fathers and the unfaithfulness that they practiced against me, by which they have also walked in hostility toward me, and I acted with hostility toward them, and brought them into the land of their enemies, and if their uncircumcised hearts will be humbled, and they will make amends for their iniquity, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. For the land will be abandoned by them, and it will enjoy its Sabbaths by lying desolate without them. And they will pay the penalty for their iniquity, because they rejected my ordinances and abhorred my statutes. Yet in spite of this, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not reject or despise them so as to destroy them and break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God. But for their sake I will remember the covenant with their fathers, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the nations, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes, ordinances, and laws that the Lord established between himself and the Israelites through Moses on Mount Sinai. Man, I'm having a hard time reading smoothly today. I mean, I always kind of do, but making a million mistakes. So I've kind of discovered I can edit these out for the uploads, so WordHike, but when I make so many, it kind of forces me to do a lot of editing. But I think I've pretty much decided to edit all of them now, just so that they're not terrible, because I make a million mistakes when I'm reading. So I wish I could just read it once through with good cadence and without making a million mistakes, but I am not capable of that. Oh, somebody's coming up here. They're probably going up to the top. Wait to see what they're doing. I'm guessing they're going to climb the top. This is sort of a side destination. It's not even a trail, technically. You just have to bushwhack out to it. But, man, I can't imagine skipping this. They must have already walked past, otherwise I should be able to see them. I can see the trail. I kind of expected there would be more people up here. I mean, that I wouldn't be the only one up here. Oh, they might have stopped at that. Let me see if I can see it down there. Nope. The trees, because I should be able to see them. Finally, man. It's weird that I couldn't see them that whole time. Hiding in the trees or something. I don't know if they'll come out here or not. But anyway, I guess I'll keep going. Could just wait till they get beyond. I haven't decided if I'll upload this video like a fake live stream or if I'll just cut out the verses, chapters, whatever, readings. If I read, I feel like they'll hear me and they'll wonder where I am. I'll be looking around. Leviticus chapter 27. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when someone makes a special vow to the Lord involving the value of persons, if the valuation concerns a male from 20 to 60 years of age, then your valuation shall be 50 shekels of silver according to the sanctuary shekel. Or if it is a female, then your valuation shall be 30 shekels. And if the person is from 5 to 20 years of age, then your valuation for the male shall be 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. Now if the person is from 1 month to 5 years of age, then your valuation for the male shall be 5 shekels of silver, and for the female 3 shekels of silver. And if the person is 60 years of age or older, then your valuation shall be 15 shekels for the male, and 10 shekels for the female. But if the one making the vow is too poor to pay the valuation, he is to present the person before the priest, who shall set the value according to what the one making the vow can afford. If he vows an animal that may be brought as an offering to the Lord, any such animal given to the Lord shall be holy. He must not replace it or exchange it, either good for bad or bad for good. But if he does substitute one animal for another, both that animal and its substitute will be holy. But if the vow involves any of the unclean animals that may not be brought as an offering to the Lord, the animal must be presented before the priest. The priest shall set its value, whether high or low, as the priest values it. The price will be set. If, however, the owner decides to redeem the animal, he must add 1/5 to its value. Now, if a man consecrates his house as holy to the Lord, then the priest shall value it either as good or bad. The price will stand just as the priest values it. But if he who consecrated his house redeems it, he must add 1/5 to the assessed value, and it will belong to him. If a man consecrates to the Lord a parcel of his land, then your valuation shall be proportional to the seed required for it, 50 shekels of silver for every homer of barley seed. If he consecrates If he consecrates his field during the year of Jubilee, the price will stand according to your valuation. But if he consecrates his field after the Jubilee, the priest is to calculate the price in proportion to the years left until the next year of Jubilee, so that your valuation will be reduced. And if the one who consecrated the field decides to redeem it, he must add a fifth to the assessed value, and it shall belong to him. If, however, he does not redeem the field, or if he has sold it to another man, it may no longer be redeemed. When the field is released in the Jubilee, it will become holy, like a field devoted to the Lord. It becomes the property of the priests. Now, if a man consecrates to the Lord a field he has purchased, which is not part of his own property, then the priest shall calculate for him the value up to the year of Jubilee, and the man shall pay the assessed value on that day as a sacred offering to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field shall return to the one from whom it was bought, the original owner of the land. Every valuation will be according to the sanctuary shekel, 20 gerahs to the shekel. But no one may consecrate a firstborn of the livestock, because a firstborn belongs to the Lord. Whether it is an ox or a sheep, it is the Lord's. But if it is among the unclean animals, then he may redeem it according to your valuation, and add a fifth of its value. If it is not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to your valuation. Nothing that a man sets apart to the Lord from all he owns, whether a man, an animal, or his inherited land, can be sold or redeemed. Everything so devoted is most holy to the Lord. No person set apart for destruction may be ransomed. He must surely be put to death. Thus any tithe from the land, whether from the seed of the land or the fruit of the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. If a man wishes to redeem part of his tithe, he must add a fifth to its value. Every 10th animal from the herd or flock that passes under the shepherd's rod will be holy to the Lord. He must not inspect whether it is good or bad, and he shall not make any substitution. But if he does make a substitution, both the animal and its substitute shall become holy. They cannot be redeemed. These are the commandments that the Lord gave to Moses for the Israelites on Mount Sinai. Some of this, the redeeming stuff and the Jubilee stuff, every time I read it, I don't fully understand it. I have a kind of a cursory understanding, but it's a little bit confusing. From what I understand, what I've heard some people say is that they never really did this. I mean, I can't say, I have no authority, or I have never studied that, but I've heard people say that they didn't really ever practice the Jubilee in Israel even, which I don't really understand why. Like, they just decided, oh, we're not going to do it. I'm not sure. But it does, even when God is describing the laws, it says he knows that they're not going to do it. So if they didn't do it, then he predicted it in that chapter. Because he says that when they disobey and sin and he punishes them, one of the things is that they'll go into captivity, and during that time the land will have its Sabbaths and rests, referring to the Jubilee stuff that they didn't do. All right. Luke chapter 14. One Sabbath Jesus went to eat in the home of a leading Pharisee, and those in attendance were watching him closely. Right there before him was a man with dropsy. So Jesus asked the experts in the law and the Pharisees, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath or not?" But they remained silent. Then Jesus took hold of the man, healed him, and sent him on his way. And he asked them, "Which of you, whose son or ox falls into a pit on the Sabbath day, will not immediately pull him out?" And they were unable to answer these questions. When Jesus noticed how the guests chose the places of honor, he told them a parable. "When you are invited to a wedding banquet, do not sit in the place of honor, in case someone more distinguished than you has been invited. Then the host who invited both of you will come and tell you, 'Give this man your seat,' and in humiliation you will have to take the last place. But when you are invited, go and sit in the last place, so that your host will come and tell you, 'Friend, move up to a better place.' Then you will be honored in front of everyone at the table with you. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted." Then Jesus said to the man who had invited him, "When you host a dinner or a banquet, do not invite your friends or brothers or relatives or rich neighbors. Otherwise they may invite you in return, and you will be repaid. But when you host a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you will be blessed. Since they cannot repay you, you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." When one of those reclining with him heard this, he said to Jesus, "Blessed is everyone who will eat at the feast in the kingdom of God." But Jesus replied, "A certain man prepared a great banquet and invited many guests. When it was time for the banquet, he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But one after another they all began to make excuses. The first one said, 'I have bought a field, and I need to go see it. Please excuse me.' Another said, 'I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I am going to try them out. Please excuse me.' Still another said, 'I have married a wife, so I cannot come.' The servant returned and reported all this to his master. Then the owner of the house became angry and said to his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the city and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame.' 'Sir,' the servant replied, 'what you ordered has been done, and there is still room.' So the master told his servant, 'Go out to the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, so that my house will be full. For I tell you, not one of those men who were invited will taste my banquet.' Large crowds were now traveling with Jesus, and he turned and said to them, 'If anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry his cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to build a tower, does not first sit down and count the cost to see if he has the resources to complete it? Otherwise, if he lays the foundation and is unable to finish the work, everyone who sees it will ridicule him, saying, 'This man could not finish what he started to build.' Or what king on his way to war with another king will not first sit down and consider whether he can engage with 10,000 men the one coming against him with 20,000? And if he is unable, he will send a delegation while the other king is still far off, to ask for terms of peace. In the same way, any one of you who does not give up everything he has cannot be my disciple. Salt is good, but if the salt loses its savor, with what will it be seasoned? It is fit neither for the soil nor for the manure pile, and it is thrown out. He who has ears to hear, let him hear." All right. So, I'm going to find another cool spot. I can put the camera right here and sit over there somewhere. It's pretty awesome, but I might also sit up where the camera is, because that's also quite nice. I think there's quite a few angles here. And then I'm hoping to climb to the top of this mountain as well, like those people that I just heard. I'm sure they're doing that. So I think there will be views up there, of course, as well, and there might even be a signal that's strong enough to live stream at the top if I get line of sight out some direction. So I don't want to stay here too long, although I mean it's possible this place is even better than the summit. I hope that this works the way I think it does. I think if you give IRL Pro kind of a fake destination, fake maybe isn't the right word, but something that's not really going live, but it's sending somewhere. I think if you do that, and then you have the local recording turned on, I think you can still record even if there's not enough signal to live stream. And that's what I'm testing today. I hope it works. Otherwise, this is a total waste of time. I might post this. Just, I don't know. This seems kind of weird, but I've done weirder things. Cool. Yeah, this reading plan app is going to work just fine. Oh, so I guess that was the last chapters in Leviticus. Now we're going to Numbers. Let's see, where am I going to sit? Probably right here. This should be a pretty awesome spot. It would look a little better if I could get it up higher, but it's pretty good. There's just so many angles here. I could just keep streaming here for a long time. But, well, not that I'm streaming, but taking videos, whatever. Oh, let me check. This might be on the wrong side. I forgot to. I think it's on the left, and I think I want it on the right this time. Added more shadows. I don't know if that's overdoing it, but I've noticed it's really hard to read sometimes when the background is very detailed. All right, there we go. Yeah, this feels weird to me because I'm not really going to edit this. If I upload this, I'll upload it just as it is. And it's very sloppy. The thing about it, though, is that it might actually be better quality because I'm recording locally, and then I would upload it from the higher quality recordings. So it should look better, but yeah, it's weird that it's not really a live stream. It's not a YouTube video either, because I'm not like editing it, making it all nice and tight and succinct. Whatever. I like these readings. They're just a few chapters. Chapters might be long, but still. So this time we're going to be reading Numbers chapters 1 to 2 and Luke chapter 15. Get a drink. I'm glad my verse changing app is working in spite of the terrible connection. Oh wow, now it looks even better over there. The reflection is nice, so the lake looks really blue. I don't know if it looked like that when I was doing the reading over there. Man, my throat is really dry. It's weird. I don't know if they did like some logging over there on that weird little mountain down there, or if that's the result of a fire that they had to clear some of that out. But it looks weird. It's like a Mr. T haircut or something. I don't know what those mountains are either. It looks like one of them might have some kind of structure on it. It might be one of those fire lookout tower ranger station thingies. But I'd like to visit that. Looks like a cool spot. This right here is an amazing spot though. Like, I don't know. Not much can beat this. Like, this is one of the nicest spots I've been on in a long time. It's too bad that the signal isn't good enough to live stream. And I am really surprised because I have 5 bars. Makes no sense. I'll try our test one more time. Okay, that's weird. It's changed since earlier, so I wonder if... I don't know. I don't get it. It's still not good enough to live stream up to my standards. Someone with like a really low bitrate could do a passable live stream, but I like to stream at a higher bitrate. But when I first started, back on the DLive days, I would stream at like 2.5 megabits, at 720p or something. But these days I try to get better quality recordings. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's do this. It's really loud. Have it turned all the way up. No wonder. I'm sure the top is amazing, but it wouldn't at all surprise me if this is as good or better. I mean, this is a really awesome spot. I could just hang out here all day. But I do want to get to the top. Once I've been to the top, though, I would be satisfied to come back down here and just hang out. But I probably won't do that. But like if I was with a friend hiking, this would be a really cool spot. Just to sit around. Man, I can't read. It's so weird how bad I am at reading. It's not that weird. I don't read that much. Like, I don't read at all, basically, so I'm really out of practice. Plus, nobody really reads out loud, Like, they read quietly to themselves in their head. They don't usually read out loud. It takes, like, more brain power and just tongue coordination. I don't know what to call it, but... And I think a lot of people, without realizing it, when they're reading just silently, I think people, like, skip words that they might not, if they were trying to read it out loud, they might mispronounce or just kind of... I think when you read, especially if you're a speed reader, you don't really read every word. You kind of just skim through it. I was never a speed reader. I can't stand missing any words. Like the whole reason for something that's written is, for each word to have value and meaning. So to just like skim through and get the basic idea is just that wouldn't satisfy me at all. But I don't really like reading, as I mentioned before, because I have a reading comprehension issue that makes it difficult. All right, here we go. Numbers chapter 1. On the first day of the 2nd month of the 2nd year after the Israelites had come out of the land of Egypt, the Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the wilderness of Sinai. He said, "Take a census of the whole congregation of Israel by their clans and families, listing every man by name, one by one. You and Aaron are to number those who are 20 years of age or older by their divisions, everyone who can serve in Israel's army. And one man from each tribe, the head of each family, must be there with you. These are the names of the men who are to assist you. From the tribe of Reuben, Elizur, son of Shedeur. From Elizur, son of Shadir. Man, I can't say that name. Shadur. Elizur, son of Shadur. From Simeon, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. Wow. Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. Zurishaddai. Wow, I'm going to have a hard time on this one. From Judah, Nahshon, son of Amminadab. From Issachar, Nethanel, son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab, son of Helon. From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama, son of Ammihud. And from Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Pedazur. From Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagiel, son of Okran. From Gad, Eliasaph, son of Duel. And from Naphtali, Ahira, son of Enan. These men were appointed from the congregation. They were the leaders of the tribes of their fathers, the heads of the clans of Israel. So Moses and Aaron took these men who had been designated by name, and on the first day of the second month they assembled the whole congregation and recorded their ancestry by clans and families, counting one by one the names of those 20 years of age or older, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. So Moses numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. From the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, according to the records of their clans and families, counting one by one the names of every male 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army. Those registered to the tribe of Reuben numbered 46,500. From the sons of Simeon, according to the records of their clans and families, counting one by one the names of every male 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Simeon numbered 59,300. From the sons of Gad, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Gad numbered 45,650. From the sons of Judah, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Judah numbered 74,600. From the sons of Issachar, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Issachar numbered 54,400. From the sons of Zebulun, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Zebulun numbered 57,400. From the sons of Joseph, from the sons of Ephraim, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Ephraim numbered 40,500. And from the sons of Manasseh, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army. Those registered to the tribe of Manasseh numbered 32,200. From the sons of Benjamin, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army. Those registered to the tribe of Benjamin numbered 35,400. From the sons of Dan, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Dan numbered 62,700. From the sons of Asher, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Asher numbered 41,500. From the sons of Naphtali, according to the records of their clans and families, counting the names of all those 20 years of age or older who could serve in the army, those registered to the tribe of Naphtali numbered 53,400. These were the men numbered by Moses and Aaron with the assistance of the 12 leaders of Israel, each one representing his family. So all the Israelites 20 years of age or older who could serve in Israel's army were counted according to their families. And all those counted totaled 603,550. The Levites, however, were not numbered along with them by the tribe of their fathers. For the Lord had said to Moses, "Do not number the tribe of Levi in the census with the other Israelites. Instead, you are to appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, all its furnishings, and everything in it. They shall carry the tabernacle and all its articles, care for it, and camp around it. Whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down, and whenever it is to be pitched, the Levites are to set it up. Any outsider who goes near it must be put to death. The Israelites are to camp by their divisions, each man in his own camp and under his own standard. But the Levites are to camp around the tabernacle of the testimony and watch over it, so that no wrath will fall on the congregation of Israel. So the Levites are responsible for the tabernacle of the testimony. Thus the Israelites did everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Numbers chapter 2. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "The Israelites are to camp around the tent of meeting at a distance from it, each man under his standard, with the banners of his family. On the east side, toward the sunrise, the divisions of Judah are to camp under their standard. The leader of the descendants of Judah is Nahshon, son of Amminadab, and his division numbers 74,600. The tribe of Issachar will camp next to it. The leader of the Issacharites is Nethanel, son of Zuar, and his division numbers 54,400. Next will be the tribe of Zebulun. The leader of the Zebulunites is Eliab, son of Helon, and his division numbers 57,400. The total number of men in the divisions of the camp of Judah is 186,400. They shall set out first. It's taking forever. On the south side, the divisions of Reuben are to camp under their standard. The leader of the Reubenites is Eliezer, son of Shedeur, and his division numbers 46,500. The tribe of Simeon will camp next to it. The leader of the Simeonites is Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai, and his division numbers 59,300. Next will be the tribe of Gad. The leader of the Gadites is Eliasaph, son of Duel, and his division numbers 45,650. The total number of men in the divisions of the camp of Reuben is 151,450. They shall set out second. In the middle of the camps, the tent of meeting is to travel with the camp of the Levites. They are to set out in the order they encamped, each in his own place under his standard. On the west side, the divisions of Ephraim are to camp under their standard. The leader of the Ephraimites is Elishama, son of Ammihud, and his division numbers 40,500. The tribe of Manasseh will be next to it. The leader of the Manassites is Gamaliel, son of Pedazur, and his division numbers 32,200. Next will be the tribe of Benjamin. The leader of the Benjamites is Abidan, son of Gideoni, and his division numbers 35,400. The total number of men in the divisions of the camp of Ephraim is 108,100. They shall set out third. On the north side, the divisions of Dan are to camp under their standard. The leader of the Danites is Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, and his division numbers 62,700. The tribe of Asher will camp next to it. The leader of the Asherites is Pagiel, son of Okran, and his division numbers 41,500. Next will be the tribe of Naphtali. The leader of the Naphtalites is Ahira, son of Enan, and his division numbers 53,400. The total number of men in the camp of Dan is 157,600. They shall set out last under their standards. These are the Israelites, numbered according to their families. The total of those counted in the camps by their divisions was 603,550. But the Levites were not counted among the other Israelites, as the Lord had commanded Moses. So the Israelites did everything the Lord commanded Moses. They camped under their standards in this way and set out in the same way, each man with his clan and his family. Yeah, there's more angles here to be had, but I don't know that I'll do more readings here. I want to get up to the top before I miss the chance, and I'm guessing there's going to be more opportunities to stream, or at least do these recordings along the way. I won't really know until I get home and put these files on my computer, but I think it's going to work to record locally and upload these later. It's just, of course, it's not the same as live streaming, but oh well. One thing I could do is cut out some dead times in the middle. If I am going to upload these at all, I might do that. Just cut out some of the times where I'm just fumbling around or saying stupid stuff. We'll see. I fumble around and say stupid stuff when I'm live streaming, but this isn't going to be a live stream, so it's weird. It's a weird concept to me. Luke chapter 15. Now all the tax collectors and sinners were gathering around to listen to Jesus. So the Pharisees and scribes began to grumble. This man welcomes sinners and eats with them. Then Jesus told them this parable. What man among you, if he has 100 sheep and loses one of them, does not leave the 99 in the pasture and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders, comes home, and calls together his friends and neighbors to tell them, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my lost sheep." In the same way, I tell you that there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous ones who do not need to repent. Or what woman who has 10 silver coins and loses one of them does not light a lamp, sweep her house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls together her friends and neighbors to say, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my lost coin." In the same way, I tell you, there is joy in the presence of God's angels over one sinner who repents. Then Jesus said, There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger son said to him, "Father, give me my share of the estate." So he divided his property between them. After a few days, the younger son got everything together and journeyed to a distant country where he squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent all he had, a severe famine swept through that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed the pigs. He longed to fill his belly with the pods the pigs were eating, but no one would give him a thing. Finally he came to his senses and said, "How many of my father's hired servants have plenty of food, but here I am starving to death. I will get up and go back to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still in the distance, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. The son declared, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let us feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field, and as he approached the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what was going on. 'Your brother has returned,' he said, 'and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound.' The older son became angry and refused to go in. So his father came out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I have served you and never disobeyed a commandment of yours. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours returns from squandering your wealth with prostitutes, you kill the fattened calf for him.' 'Son, you were always with me,' the father said, 'and all that and all that is mine is yours. But it was fitting to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. All right. Well, I could definitely do more readings here, but like I said, I want to get to the top and see what that's all about. I can always come back down here and look for another angle. I did see, whoops, I guess that's appropriate. I did see other opportunities. Even just like right out there is a nice shot, but we'll see. Anyway, I think I'll end this fake stream and I'll decide later whether I'm actually gonna upload this or not. I probably will, but if I do, I'll cut out some stupid chunks of it. But yeah, I would say thanks for joining me, but this isn't a live stream, so there's nobody here. Technically, I'm actually streaming to restream, so there could be a restream staff member watching this in the background. But I seriously doubt it. But technically, I'm streaming there. But the bitrate is so bad that I'm not even sure it's working. It's mainly just so I can do the local recording while I'm outputting, because you can't say, whoa, that whole thing moves. Wow. You can't save a local recording without pushing the live button. So anyway, we'll catch you later. Maybe I'll find a spot at the top that